Imagine, for a moment, a world map spread out before you, each country marked by its unique color, shape, and size. And as you look closer, the boundaries and distances that divide us as nations often feel uncomfortable. At first, its discomfort may seem vast and insurmountable. Now imagine feeling such discomfort within the confines of your own home, an uneasiness that leaves you overcome with the unsettling uncertainty that demands your attention. You feel a knot in your stomach, and there's this insistent voice in your mind constantly echoing this uneasy thought. I really hope you made the right decision. Because what was historically the place of calm, restoration, and ease is now a place filled with apprehension and, in moments, a curiosity which you hope will one day expand into a beautiful story rather than an unforgettable nightmare. Reality sets in. You are now living with someone you've pledged to support and look after as a member of your own family for the next 10 months. This new individual will join you at your dinner table, reside under the same roof as your children, and become part of every significant memory you create throughout the upcoming school year. This person is now your family and also a complete stranger. Together, this person and you have agreed to embark on a journey of embracing discomfort, fostering cultural understanding, and discovering the remarkable threads that connect us all as human beings. 3 times now, my family and I have made the decision to host a 16-year-old international exchange student for an entire school year. We will host our 4th student, Yusuki, from Japan this fall. These voyages, while on paper seem similar, have each been their own unique expedition of valuable lessons and the power of global connection and human vulnerability. 3 times during the month of August, my children and I have fixed up a new room, making our best guesses as to which type of room decor would make this stranger, one who was coming from as far away as China and as close as Paris, France, feel welcomed in our house. Inevitably, each of these 3 teens we've hosted have encountered significant delays en route to Nebraska, their new home away from home. A place where each of our students weren't exactly imagining when they decided to study abroad in the United States. Lincoln, after all, is pretty different from the bright lights of New York City or the warmth of Los Angeles. But as host parents, there is a profound beauty in the moment when we first welcome a new exchange student into our home. In these initial encounters, we stand at a threshold of a new relationship, a connection waiting to be forged. There's an electric sense of anticipation, a shared curiosity about each other's worlds, and a recognition that although we come from different corners of the globe, our hearts beat the same universal longing for understanding and belonging. My nuclear family consists of 6 members, 2 adults, my husband and me, and our 4 biological children, ages 10, 8, 6, and 4. This equation alone creates a vibrant and bustling dynamic within our household. So add in the first 2 to 3 months of hosting and exchange students, where it can be a period of both excitement and adjustment, where language barriers and cultural differences move from exciting to frustrating. Our family conversations as we welcome a new student are often filled with pauses, hand gestures, and the occasional or even sometimes frequent use of translation apps. There are moments of awkward silence and uncertainty as together we work to communicate, intentionally slowing down to build empathy for our collective struggle. It's tough converting a seemingly international guest to becoming an equal member of our household. But with Tim, our second exchange student, we were thrown into the fire. Tim had found himself a girlfriend, and by the second week of his visit, we had to have discussions about leaving the bedroom door open when she visits. This was followed by really awkward, "Hey, please tell us if you're thinking about having sex. After all, pregnancy is a lifetime commitment" type conversation, all within the first 14 days of meeting him. Our biological kids are young. We certainly weren't ready for this. Not this soon. During our time with Tim and Fernanda, his Chilean girlfriend, also an exchange student, many Saturdays were spent cooking. They'd provide recipes from Germany and Chile, and I'd buy ingredients and clean up, with the deal that they cooked for everyone. Proudly, Tim and Fernanda cooked family dishes, sharing their heritage. Our gatherings, a mix of 6 Nebraskans, 1 German, and 1 Chilean, were joyful, blending stories and memories over delicious meals. Tim had a sense of stoicism about himself. A brief smile or a lowering of the voice is all he would reveal. He immediately became a big brother to our children, yet carried himself more like an adult with my husband and me. He dated Fernanda for over a year and a half past his time in Nebraska. In many respects, he acted so grown up, yet in reality, he was still in need for guidance. And I really wish I would have hugged him more. Leticia, our third exchange student, had a carefree, unrelenting, won't rock the boat attitude. She wouldn't speak up for what food she wanted. As in, she planned to live with us for 10 months without ever telling us what food she liked to eat. She was agreeable to the point of abandoning her own needs. She signed up for classes she had no idea what they were. Instead of challenging us or asking more about the subjects, she'd just nod accordingly in agreement. Her English was tough to understand. She felt so guilty that she'd rather be in agreement than feel like a burden. We knew as a family we needed to provide her the space to feel safe enough to understand that advocating for herself is actually a form of self-love. And through it all, there was never a shortage of love. These experiences have taught my family that despite our different upbringings, at the core of it all, we are bound by our shared humanity. The real magic, however, unfolds in the everyday moments. It's when we enthusiastically support them at their soccer, football, or softball matches. It's in the spontaneous joy of playing additional rounds of Super Smash Brothers when school was unexpectedly canceled due to inclement Nebraska weather. It's in the shared experiences of family movie nights, debates over homework, and the consistent nudges to wake up and leave the house at a time that allows us to be on time for school. It's in the discussions about curfews, drinking laws, and what exactly we expect to happen on prom night. It is singing together in the car or the frequent sibling arguments over chore completion. These are the threads that weave the fabric of our everyday lives together, moving us from strangers to family. As host parents, we are trusted to be the support and love when each of our host children has been sick with a fever, away from the comfort of their biological parents' care. We embrace them in times of sorrow, oftentimes stemming from nostalgia for their life back home. We have helped them through feelings of overwhelm when everything feels different and hard. We've embraced our host children as part of our family during pivotal moments, such as when Barrett, our third child, was born, only days before Alina returned to China. Or when Leticia shared in joy when she too got her first dog, the day we picked up our family golden retriever, Lucy. These are the intimate moments, the ones we typically reserve for our nuclear families, where bonds are formed and connections deepen, reminding us that we are all part of the same global family. Our journey as a host family has illuminated the undeniable truth that at our core, we share the same fundamental desires for connection, understanding, and love. And in these heartwarming moments, we've discovered that the geography that separates us is far less important than the humanity that unites us. Exchange students who once walked in our homes as strangers are now cherished members of our extended family, bridging the gaps between cultures, languages, and continents. These relationships have enriched our lives and the lives of our children in immeasurable ways. Our host children remind us that global connections can be both profoundly meaningful and enduring, extending far beyond the boundaries of time and space. Alina, our first exchange student from China, was an only child. She was ferociously dedicated to academics. In Alina's family, success is highly valued, and there is a significant exam in China that plays a crucial role in shaping students' professional paths. Students dedicate themselves with great intensity to their studies, understanding the importance of educational achievement, not only for their personal futures, but also as a matter of familial pride and respect. It was incredibly difficult for us to get Alina to open up about anything other than her studies. Her entire mood for the day was based on her letter grades. She received a painting kit for Christmas and found solace in art. She found the courage to take an art class at school. She began taking photos around our neighborhood. Coming from a large city in China, she was in awe of how much open space we have in Nebraska. We finally saw her emotionally open up. When the day came to drop her off at the airport to say goodbye, we said, you know, even if you failed all of your classes, you're still a great person. She cried. I don't think she had ever heard that before. It was in that moment, without a doubt, I knew we made the right decision to host. Our experiences have shown us the incredible power of inspiring others to open their hearts and engage in cross-cultural experiences. By welcoming someone from a different corner of the globe into our lives, we step towards breaking down barriers that divide us and instead build bridges of understanding and compassion. Divisions are merely superficial markers, not true barriers to human connection and understanding. In every moment, simple or significant, we have the chance to forge intentional connections. In the spring, towards the end of Tim's time in Nebraska, his family from Germany came to visit. Despite language barriers, we connected through a game of frisbee golf. Laughter and smiles were our language, showing that family is about unity, not just words. The joy in our children's eyes as they played together reflected the deep, innate connection that we all share as human beings. This moment proved that divisions are superficial. As the frisbee flew, it bridged our cultures, transforming us from two families into one, united by joy and shared human connection. Together, we can build a world where the bonds of shared humanity transcend geographical boundaries and unite us in the pursuit of a better tomorrow. Thank you.